G'day folks, how are ya? It's Jimmy here again. Going to do a little bit of a different video today. As you know, I've been doing reviews over the last month or two, putting them up on the Hard Rock Show YouTube and Facebook page and my own YouTube and Facebook page. Today we're going to talk about pitfalls in the music industry. Let's see what happens here. Take it away. Okay, so yes, pitfalls in the music industry. Now, what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to do a little series of videos. So I'm going to try and put something up once a week if I get the time, or once every 2 weeks, around my thoughts on the industry and how young bands and up-and-coming bands can hopefully avoid the issues that happen in this industry, and there are many. And just some advice and ideas and tips and things that I've learnt along the way. Now, I should preface this by saying that I am not the know-it-all of the music industry in no way, shape or form. I'm not saying that I am. I've never said that. I just have learnt a lot. I think I've learnt a lot. I've been doing this for over 25 years now, and I would like to think that I've learnt a lot of stuff along the way, and hopefully I can share some of my experiences with people out there who are trying to get somewhere, or people that are just interested in how things work in the music industry. As I said, this isn't the gospel according to Jimmy at all. So things that I say here, you may not agree with. You may think that I'm wrong, and that's fine. There's a discussion here. This will be on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube. You're more than welcome to jump into the comments and give your thoughts. And you know, if you've got better experiences than what I've had, or different tips, by all means, if you feel like adding them in and letting your secrets out, then do it, because at the end of the day, it's only going to help musicians and bands coming through. So I just want to open up a discussion and see if we can make things a little bit easier in this industry for people by giving them, the less experienced people, some ideas and tips on how to do things. So, with all that said, the first thing I wanted to talk about was being in a band. I think that you need, one of the first things you need when you start a band and you are ready to play gigs and maybe record and just put yourself out there. You've done the hard work in the rehearsal room, you've written a heap of songs, you're ready to go. You need what's called an EPK, electronic press kit. Okay, that's what that stands for. It's a no-brainer. You must have it in this day and age. This is what you use to promote your band to venues, band bookers, other bands, media, so you know, radio, TV, etc. Before you do anything, I think you need to get a really good EPK made. There's plenty of people out there that do them. I know my old mate from the Hard Rock Show, Dennis, does EPKs for bands, so you should definitely look him up because he's pretty good at it. There's a lot of people out there that do EPKs, press kits and all that sort of stuff. So get online and find one and talk to other bands that you know, other musicians that you know, and find out, you know, who they're using, what they're using, how they're doing their electronic press kits. There's a heap of them online, so you can look them up and see how they're put together and worded and photos and all that sort of stuff. You need to get that done, in my opinion. And you need to update it regularly. You can't just have an EPK and keep it, and 3 years down the track, you're still talking about the gig you played to, you know, 30 people at some bar in wherever. If your band's progressing and getting more gigs and better gigs, then you need to update your EPK very regularly. Every time you have a little win, like, you know, a good write-up, a good review, good support slot with a big or well-known band, etc., etc., update your EPK, put it in. Even a couple of lines will do, and a photo. That's all you need to do. It's very simple. So you need to have an electronic press kit. That is number one, I reckon, for any band out there or solo artist, whatever you're doing. If you want to get gigs, get good gigs, get gigs with good bands, get media attention, you need an EPK. It's as simple as that. Now, the second thing that I wanted to talk about, and this will be interesting, is recording for public release, okay? And this is where it may get a little bit precocious, let's say. I think when you're recording something for public release, you need publicity, right? You can plan on doing it yourself, but you're most likely going to fail if you're anything like me and most others in this industry that just don't have the media experience and the PR knowledge, to get your band out there to the public. I think you need to engage a publicity firm, a PR company, right? Now, of course, this all comes down to money. Okay, it's all about money, mate. You need to have money to be able to afford to do these things. You need to have money to be able to record, and then you need to have money to be able to publicize it, your recording, and get it out to the public and get people to listen to it, okay? That doesn't happen without money. Very rarely happens, okay? I don't see the point in spending, say, 10 grand to record a great sounding EP or album or single. 10 grand for a single's a lot. And then you've got no money left to promote it. And your only way to promote what you've done is on social media. I mean, Facebook is not what it was a few years ago. Facebook is changing all the time. They are bringing in the amount of reach that you can get with your posts, okay? So if you're relying on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, right, to promote the release that you've just spent a shitload of money on and blood, sweat and tears, then you're doing it wrong, okay? That is wrong. I think it's wrong. It's wrong. It won't work. It might get you a little bit of traction over here, but it's not going to get you the big traction that you need, okay, if you want to get somewhere. You need a PR firm to get the music out to the right people in the media, in radio, websites for review, interviews with the band, etc. If you've got the time and experience and energy to be able to do it yourself, then go for it. There's, the DIY aspect of music and the industry is great and you should try it. But if you waste too much time on trying to do it yourself, then it's going to be too late, okay? You need to get a PR firm involved so that you don't have to waste the time and energy yourself, but you've got to get a reputable PR firm and a good one. Now, again, there's a heap of PR firms over the internet. Some of them will charge you an arm and a leg. Some of them will charge you for a 6-week or 8-week campaign more than what you paid to record your music, okay? Unless you're pretty certain that, it's going to get you somewhere, I wouldn't be paying big dollars for it, but I wouldn't be paying a couple of bucks for it either. You've got to have a look at what other bands are doing. You've got to talk to other bands, more successful bands than yourselves. You've got to network, find out who's using who and what that company is doing for that band. Have a look at the results that they're getting from their campaigns. And if you can find a decent one, then go with it and see what happens. I just think that, and I'll get to it in another video, I had the experience of spending, in one of my old bands, spending a lot of money on an album. We were supposed to keep some of that money for PR and for publicity, and we blew it all on the recording, and we had nothing to promote our album with. As I said, I'll get to it later, but that basically ruined the band. So, these are the things that happen. If you don't do it properly, it can potentially ruin your band because you're putting so much time, effort and money, right, being the big one, into your career trying to get somewhere. And if you can't promote it, then you're not going to get anywhere. Band members are going to get frustrated and pissed off and either leave, or there's going to be fights and there's going to be all sorts of trouble. So, 2 things to take away from this video. First, get yourself an EPK, electronic press kit, okay? No brainer, do it. Second thing, when you're recording, When you finished recording, and I'm going to talk about recording and budgets and all that sort of stuff in other videos, but when you have finished recording, for example, and you're ready to release your product, look at engaging a PR firm, because they will help. If you find the right one, they will help you and they will get your name out there. And that's what you want when you've got something to release to the public. That's the first video. I don't know how this will go. We'll just see how we go. If you think I'm wrong or whatever, tell me, that's fine. I want to open up a discussion and try to help people, try to help bands, as I said. So I don't know everything, folks, but I'll try and help where I can, okay? So hope you got something out of this. There'll be more of this stuff to come. Tune in, tell your friends and your bandmates or whatever if you like what I'm saying. And we'll talk again soon. See ya.